A letter is a labor of love. Grace and peace, everybody. Welcome in. My name is Chris, and now, part 4. This is about letters to the Corinthians, the letters that Paul is writing here in our study. As we are beginning into the book of Corinthians, they express love because they take effort. Writing a letter it's different than typing or even dictation when you're speaking and someone else has to write. So the fact that Paul now is writing this letter, and from time to time there were scribes that he would use, people who would actually write as he was dictating to them. This is all expressive of labor. It shows intent. And the time that it takes to write the letter is communicating also the care, the intent, and the desire for whoever is on the other end of this letter to know how much they are loved. In 1 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 14, he says, I write not these things to shame you, but as my beloved sons, I warn you. So one of the reasons why the letter was written, it was to warn the church at Corinth. And he loves them just like a father loves a child. You can see the pastoral spirit, the idea of being a mentor to those who he is reaching out to be with. It's why today we don't have to lose that even in this technology, because the fact that Paul was writing and others were writing, it wasn't just their heart. They were simply the hands to the heart of God. They were simply the mouths to the mind of God. And in his mind and in his heart, he loves you. And he loves you so much that he wrote a book so that even if you can't see his face, you can't miss his word. 2 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 9 says, For to this end also did I write, that I might know the proof of you, whether you be obedient in all things. So there's a two-wayness to the writing of the letter, to where I'm not just writing to you. I want to know, how are you doing? How is life treating you? Our youngest daughter is an amazing letter writer. And when she writes letters, she wants to know what's going on with them. And when you're writing and you actually take the time to write a question that you care about that person so much that even though I know I can't get this answer right away, I want to put it in there. So I have to wait days or weeks and maybe even months like they did back in the day. I want to know, how are you doing? That's why a letter means so much more than the lines that are written in it. Because when we go to 2 Corinthians 13 and verse number 10, we wrap it up where he says, Therefore I write these things being absent, lest being present I should use sharpness, according to the power which the Lord hath given me to edification and not to destruction. Paul was on fire for the Lord. He was passionate about his faith, but at the same time, I know how that is as a parent. I can be passionate about my daughter's success. I can be passionate about what I want to see come out of a situation, but I can't let my passion get in the way of being patient. I can't let me wanting to see them succeed get in the way of them knowing that I love them, whether they succeed or fail. That's my burden as a father. It's your burden as a father, a grandfather, mother, grandmother, auntie, whatever the case might be. Our desire cannot be greater than what that person needs. And that is why I love the fact that Paul said, I'm writing it because if I was right there, I might be a little bit too fired up. But I want you to know I care about you and I want to be with you in your journey. Care enough to speak, but also caring enough to listen, because that's all a part of not just being loved by God, but then giving that love to his children. Praise the Lord. I hope this blessed you. If it did, make sure you pass this on to someone else. If you want to see more, watch the playlist up above, and you can subscribe to our channel by hitting that link right here.